Hello and welcome to Show of Hands Hangout number 37. Uh, we'll have both of you introduce yourselves, say who you are on the app, what you'd like us to call you, and your single favorite thing to order at a restaurant.
Okay.
All right, who's
Kathy,
first?
want to go?
I guess I can go first.
Sure.
Okay, I'm Rebecca 1K. I'm the intern on Show of Hands, and my favorite thing to order at a restaurant. Oh goodness. I would probably have to say the appetizers. I would gladly eat like 6 of them for dinner or lunch.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay, what about you, Kathy?
K41 on the app. I go by K or Kathy. Most people call me Kathy. And I think I have to go with guacamole and chips as my favorite thing. Definitely. In fact, that's what I ordered tonight for part of my meal. So.
Absolutely. Nice. Nice. All right. I am mommapomba on the app. You can call me Mama. You can call me Julie. I don't know. And also, I apologize. I mean, my hair looks really nice right now. I know, but I just got back from the gym, so I put on my party clothes now. I don't know what my favorite thing to order is. You?
I don't know what your favorite thing to order is.
It really depends on what restaurant we go to. So, I don't know. Meat. I like meat. So, I don't know. I usually order things that I wouldn't make at home because I figured I can just make it at home, I'll make it at home. So, I don't know. There are certain things that I would just rather order instead of have to make. So, really not an answer. Sorry.
Kind of an answer.
Okay. How about you?
And then I'm Firefly5 on the app, or Gaijin in real life. And my favorite thing to order is probably either some kind of sushi or a Reuben. I think I'm a firm believer that the way to someone's heart is through a Reuben. I think that's how that phrase goes. We have, so last week we had, we're used to getting now probably 7 or 8 user questions in any given week. And this last week we had about 40. So we wrote down the ones that we didn't get to, and I think we'll do some of those.
Okay, that sounds good.
We've also got, a couple of situation things and a couple of would you rathers if you want them.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, MC88 says, what's your funniest college memory? Or if you didn't go to college, what's your funniest experience in your 20s? Kathy should go first.
Well, this is a long time ago. I graduated in 1988, so we're digging right now. Funniest college memory? I guess I would have to say, well, we were having a small party get together in our dorm on the main floor of our dorm in the main lobby area. And of course, I'm trying to impress my now husband. And so I'm moving around, and I slip and I fall, and I land sitting down in a plate of dip.
Oh, was it guacamole?
It was onion dip. Yeah, so it was pretty embarrassing. It made a big impact, though. And he still dated me, so we're all good. I wasn't in college, so I don't have any other funny booze stories or anything. So.
Nice, nice. Okay, Rebecca.
Oh goodness, since I was and still kind of am a nerd, at band camp.
Yes.
It was, we always have 2 weeks where it's 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and we're all tired by 4 p.m. and 4 p.m. rolls around. I think it was the second to last day, and it just started pouring rain, and I'm a flag twirler. And so I immediately drop my flag, and I'm like, I'm not going to get electrocuted. And everyone looks at me, and they're like, okay, let's all take a shower with Becca. I'm like, oh, great. Because earlier in the season, or earlier in the week, I totally woke up 3 hours late and did not take a shower. And I told one person, and then ever since then, it was, okay, let's take a shower with Becca because it was raining. So it was a great time because everybody was looking at me when I dropped my flag. So I have been confused ever since then.
I like that. That one's good. Yeah, good story.
Yeah.
I'm up. So I was thinking, I was like, I don't think that anything really funny happened to me, but so it had been snowing rather hard, and my best friend Amy and I decided we were tired, so we were gonna go back. We were gonna go back to his apartment and take a nap because it was close to campus. Yeah, so we went back to his place and we were taking a nap, and we're like, oh, we have to go to class, and the apartment complex had only plowed half of the parking lot, so there were like 2 ways to get into the parking lot, and they had only plowed the one. And then, but they had like left the plow thing in the way, so we couldn't get out. And I thought, well, that's stupid. And so we looked at each other, and I looked at the remainder of the snow that was left in the parking lot, and I looked at her, and I said, "Do you think we can make it through the snow? Just like, just."
This is in a little 4-cylinder stick shift Saturn. That
it was baby. It was a little car.
Well,
And,
poor thing
you can do anything.
yeah. And so, her name was Foxy Beatrice. Anyway, so.
The car, not the friend.
No. So my friend Amy goes.
She might have been too. I don't know.
Amy goes, yeah, I think we can make it. I said, okay. So I backed up, and I got a running start, right? And so we just go driving as fast as we can through the parking lot.
30 miles per hour.
and we hit the if you can hear, those would be our oldest 2 children asking to be snugged. We hit the big snow thing, and we just came to like a complete stop. It was like hitting a wall. We were stuck. We got stuck in the snow, and then the guy who was plowing on the other side, he knocked on the window and looked at us like, why would you do that? What are you doing? And we were just laughing because we were like, that was terrible. And it was a lot funnier there than it was. Yeah, the car was fine. It just, he ended up having to push us, back out the way that we came. It was pretty terrible, honestly. But yeah, that was.
That sounds like a great time.
It was a good time, and she was just in town visiting the other day, and we were laughing hysterically about. We were like, "Hey, remember that time we decided we were gonna try to run through this 5 feet of snow?" It wasn't really 5 feet, but it was definitely taller than like my wheels, so I should have probably known it wasn't gonna work. But like in a stick, you feel like a speed racer. You're like, all right, I'm just gonna put this in first gear, and here we go. Bad idea. Bad idea. So I don't know what his funny story is gonna be. I don't know. But falling down, Kay, I was walking down some stairs on campus, and I was like really excited when I saw him, and I was like gonna try to go, and I slipped and I fell on my butt in front of like everybody. And then I ended up sitting there too long, and then my pants got wet because I was sitting on like this thing of ice, and I was like, oh no.
Always a good impression. I did that in front of students at school too. I fell downstairs at school and landed face down in the hallway during passing periods.
Oh.
Yeah, the first night I was at my boyfriend's house. His mom and his boyfriend were, or his mom and her boyfriend were having dinner, and I went down the last little step and I fell right on my butt, and that was the first time I met them.
Great.
Since then, then I'm like, oh God, I have to sit while I go down the stairs. Almost 2 years later, I still sometimes sit and go down the stairs.
I do. Absolutely. Okay. I don't know. When he comes back, he can answer the question, but I'm just going to move along. User Gow, it's GOW488 asks, you must either get Donald Trump's or Kim Jong-un's haircut. Which do you choose and why?
I can already say which one I would get.
Which one would you get, Becca?
I would get Donald Trump because my hair is already getting short this Saturday. I'm chopping it off.
Like how short?
It's gonna be kind of like a mix between a pixie and a bob.
Wow, you are going really short.
Yes, I cannot stand hair on my neck at all, so it's going.
That'll be cute. You're gonna change your profile picture so we can see?
Sure.
Yeah. Yippee! This is the shortest my hair's ever been too, and I really like it. So
yeah. It's nice for the summer.
It is very nice for the summer. Very. So she's going Donald Trump hair. Do you have any funny college stories?
Yeah. So I majored in physics, and when you do this, there are always a couple of other people who do the same thing, and usually of the 5 or 6 people that do, maybe 3 of them are actual fun people to be around. Non-Sheldon, you can actually stand to see them type of people. And so we were on campus one night, and we'd been working on whatever homework set or whatever. It was probably 2:30, 3 in the morning, and pretty cold out. It was sometime in the winter, and we had this thing where we had cans of iced tea, and you couldn't return them for deposit, so you could recycle them, but you couldn't return them for deposit. So we figured, you know what, we're going to fill them up with the hottest water we possibly can and seal the tops, which was great. And then we had aluminum stock rods in the middle of the labs. So we grabbed an aluminum stock rod, and we taped one end of it pretty well, and it made a pretty effective bat. And so we just went outside, and we would have one person pitch these cans filled with really hot water, and another person just bat them out of the air. And it was really fun and relatively harmless and whatever until it was Nathaniel's turn to swing. This kid, to give you kind of an idea, this is a kid who was homeschooled all throughout, very socially awkward, especially
Wasn't he like 16 though?
Yep.
Yeah.
He was 16 and a sophomore at the time in college. He refused to be called anything other than Nathaniel because that was the name his mom had given him. Not joking, that was his line. He turned into a really cool kid.
Very cool indeed.
But the transition was interesting. So it was his turn to swing, and he goes to swing, connects, and he's so excited about it that he just lets go of the stock rod. It goes flying through the air, and in slow motion hits the roof, like the skylight window pane of the Commons building, and crashes right through it. I have never seen anybody run quite as fast as he did then. but he bolted out of there. I think everyone else that was out, I think the other people that were out there were all people who had played sports in high school who were relatively athletic. And he was by far the least athletic person, but he was 7 or 8 steps ahead of the next person. It was like he had a jetpack on his side. I don't know, but we found him hiding under a lab table.
He was seriously under a lab table?
He was hiding under a lab table.
Aww.
We all laughed about it a lot later, but...
So what happened? Did he have to pay for what happened to him?
We ended up being okay because they didn't really figure out who it was, and two, it turns out they were redoing a lot of the windows and stuff, so the timing was
They worked out perfectly.
yes, and he loosened up a lot afterwards too.
Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh.
it worked out really well, but it was pretty funny. I don't know if that's the funniest story, but it's the one that comes to mind. That doesn't involve roommates or
Other folk. Okay.
yeah. Go.
All right. So, Kathy, you want Trump hair or Kim Jong Un's hair?
I gotta go with Trump hair as long as I can have some hairspray to keep it down.
Wow, really?
I gotta have that. Yeah, I can't do the other one. No, I'm going Trump.
Oh, I totally went Kim Jong Un. Yeah, man.
Is Gao watching?
Gao, I don't know.
Man,
Gao, if you're watching,
when you say Donald Trump hair, do you mean the real hair that's somewhere underneath that thing that he wears, or do you mean like?
I assume it's the, you know.
Yeah, the little wig.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah. I think I would totally make Kim Jong Un's haircut like super chic, and everybody'd be like, "I want that haircut."
You'd rock it. You would.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really bad. Like seriously, nobody has the heart to tell him that it's bad.
I don't want to be killed.
Exactly.
There's an entire country worth of people that will tell him over and over again. That's fantastic.
That it is. He is trendsetting. So absolutely. What are you gonna?
Well, if we're talking Trump with the detachable hair, then it might be Trump, but
I don't know. It's so
it really is. I think I would have
stringy.
to go with.
I don't know.
I think I would have to go with Kim Jong Un.
See, rocking that.
I mean, I can try out the Trump thing and just find some. I don't know. No, I don't think there's any way for it to.
Hats.
Seriously, it would look more convincing with a chin strap.
My goodness.
Yeah, ridiculous. Okay. Here is a bit more of a serious one. Aaron Anthe asks, there's a Mad Maxian Thunderdome, and all of the current announced candidates for president are getting tossed in. Only one will leave. Who do you bet on and why? Now, when I read this question last week, I admit that I did know who all of the candidates were that are announced.
And there's no way that anyone could.
No,
You
there
know how
are
many there are.
so many candidates, so many. But I mean, like, you only hear about the
A dozen or so?
yeah. But
You don't hear about all, what was it, like 430
there was
something?
a ton of candidates. It was crazy. But, so yeah, I admit that I didn't know. But there was a, what was that guy's name? It was like James the Titus the Great Law, and from California. I was like, oh, he sounds badass. He's probably like 900, but I don't know. His name sounded cool. Who would you?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Has Mr. T announced?
No, I don't think so.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know, Becca. Do you have anybody you'd be like?
Well, I would maybe pick Trump just because I think he'd pay off everybody to fight for him. So, possibly. He'd hide in the corner and pay off everybody to do his dirty work.
Or he could just go out there and put a suit on a mop, and they might think it was him, and they'd be like, "We got Trump." That's terrible.
It would be his weapon. You just pull it off, and who knows what's underneath there. Right?
It's like in what is it, Raiders of the Lost Ark, where like the head peels back and like all the comes on the top, melts their face off.
Oh, man.
Yeah, if only, right? Okay, hold on to this. What is Becca? Becca, who are you? I know it's hot. Who are you?
I honestly could not say.
I know. I don't know. No,
I don't even know. I mean, I should probably get into it, but I don't. So
well, and I mean, like, there's a difference between liking their political whatever and then, like, physically what they could wreck somebody. You know what I mean?
yeah.
People that are running are old and,
Yeah, well, I think they have to be over 35, and most of them are already just running again.
Exactly. So, ugh, nobody laid off.
Waka Flocka, who's going for this. I mean, he's not even 35. Okay, sure.
Right? Man. I'm gonna vote for Stephen Colbert. Just kidding. Okay. Did you? You didn't take somebody seriously. You said Mr. T.
No, going seriously, I really don't know. I'm trying to think of whoever would be the youngest. I don't even know who that would. Well,
Not even really.
no.
I know. The most stubborn. Meh.
Yeah. I don't know.
We failed you, Era. We are sorry. We failed you hardcore. Anyways, onto a much more happy subject.
If Ben Carson brings a scalpel, I feel like he could handle himself.
Yeah. He looks so nice in his picture. He's like Dr. No Shot. You guys watch Scrubs at all?
Yeah. Every
I
so
watched a couple episodes.
Yeah. There's a doctor that won't give shots because kids won't like him then, and they call him Dr. No Shot. So,
Which, by the way, is I think every doctor or every general practitioner anyway.
Yeah.
It's like,
all
and now
nurses.
I'll send the nurse in with
You're right.
some shots for you.
Exactly.
I'll see you next time.
Yeah. All right. So Jake CRS 905 asks, "What's your favorite summertime food?"
Oh, goodness.
And that's happy.
That is happening.
What's your favorite summertime food?
Sushi.
No, because you like sushi year round. That is not something
Okay,
that
exclusive to summertime.
Yes.
What's your favorite summertime food, Kathy?
What? No. You may not
Okay.
divert.
All right. I like tonight's dinner really
Hell
a
yeah.
lot. We had chicken kebabs and they were very, very good. That was my favorite summertime food that I had today.
That's cheap.
Maybe all week.
You're such a butt. So then Facepalm also asked, because this kind of goes along with, side dish starch of choice. Would you then like to have rice, potato, or pasta and noodles?
I like potatoes. I like pasta and noodles a lot, but not as sides. Like I like them a lot as, here's what you're having.
You think Facepalm? Are you thinking like macaroni salad type pasta side?
Oh, not macaroni salad. I'm food that's supposed to be warm, that's prepared cold, and I don't like macaroni salad. It goes on my list of foods that I'm not about, along with green Jello, and I think that's still it.
Ugh. Okay. Kathy, what about you?
Favorite summertime food, I'm going to have to go with hamburgers on the grill and lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate potatoes with a passion. So I hate them.
All forms?
Yeah, I hate potatoes. Maybe I could eat skinny French fries, but other than that, I hate potatoes. So
Stuck them in a stew?
Solemn.
it's one of those things. I've always hated them. I can't like them. I've tried them every way possible, and I just hate them with a passion.
Oh man,
Ooh.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
I'm like the only person who ever hates potatoes. But anyway,
Might be.
but I love rice, so I'll go with rice.
Okay, all right. Ah, interesting. Becca, what about you?
My dad's pulled pork. I have not had it this year yet, sadly, because he is currently away, but I love it. I've had it for my birthday, I think, for the past 3 years now. And then for the dish, I would have to say potatoes, because I love potato salad without all the mayonnaise in it. The German style, I guess, would be the correct way. So I love German potato salad.
Mm-hmm. How about you?
Things on a grill in general. I don't know. He made really good hamburgers the other day, and those
Did turn out
kebabs
well.
were really good. So he grill master. Yeah, yeah. So I think things on a grill, anything really. Um, and I think I would go. Well, tonight we had rice, but I like potatoes. My kids like to eat them raw. So I look at Kathy. She's like, "I'm gonna die. I can't. I just can't."
They also pulled. We were doing corn on the cob, and they insisted on having an ear raw each too.
Oh, no.
That's not that bad, I have to say.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with potatoes because I do. I honestly haven't met a potato that I haven't liked. So yeah, even like the weird canned potatoes, they're okay. I would definitely eat those.
Ugh,
I know.
no.
Canned potatoes, though?
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yay, summertime food. I always kind of think of like watermelon too,
Yep.
but that's not my favorite. Anyway. Okay, so Kimbo B asks, what book are you currently reading and how would you rate it out of 5 stars?
I think Rebecca should go first on this one.
I hate reading. So, um, I just read, the last book that I did read was Beautiful Creatures, and this was 6 months ago now, because I don't like reading. But that was the only book that I think I read fully and actually liked reading it, so maybe like a 4 star, because it could have been shorter because it was a 450-page book, but it was still a pretty good book.
That's funny. My family always jokes that I need to read more because they're big time readers, and compared to them, I just don't read as much as they do. And all the books that I had to read were for school. So when
Yeah.
I actually had like time to myself, the last thing I was going to do was pick up a book to read. So anyway, I'm not currently reading a book.
Last book you read.
I don't remember. I think it was a couple months ago. I think it was that daughter of Smoking Bones.
Oh yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
what it's
Daughter of
called?
Smoking Bone.
Yeah, it was the book club book that they were doing. It was Daughter of Smoking Bones. It was in February. I read it, and I think it was well written. I thought it was really sad. I don't think that was supposed to be the overtone of it. I think there was supposed to be the overtone of love and hope, but I found it to be immensely sad. I didn't actually finish it. I had like 20 pages left, and I was like, I can't. I don't want it. So, but I would still give it like a 4.5, because it was a good book. It just wasn't. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It was. Eh, if that makes any sense. You know, like there are books that you're like, that was a good book, but I would never read that again. Or like movies like that. That was a really well done movie, but I would never watch that again. So, yeah, there's my book. What about you? You read books all the time.
I do read books all the time. Um, right now,
Right now,
I'm reading the second Harry Potter book. I I was listening to some music and something or other made me think of it.
Oh, seersucker. Sorry. Keep going.
Something or other made me think of it, and I thought, oh, I'll read those again. I'm reading the second one right now. I'll probably finish it tonight. I'm pretty close. And I like it. They're fun books. They came out at the right time for me to like it too. And the place that I was living at the time, we owned a like a candy and soda shop, which by the way was a really cool high school job to have. But we owned a candy and soda shop, and there was a place just up the street that was a bookstore that I actually also worked at, and then there were a couple of little restaurants and stuff in town. And the Harry Potter books were being released at the same time every year, and so we made it a thing. We got a couple of the business owners from the area together and did like a themed, I guess, kind of themed block party type deal, and it went over really, really well. It was really fun for families with kids and stuff, and so it became, I don't know, it became a regular thing that was really, really nice. It was nice, you know. Um, so there were good memories associated with that. And then with the kids, I'm reading. I read to the kids before they go to sleep, and we're reading The Little Prince because it's quite possibly my favorite book ever. I'll definitely give The Little Prince 5 stars with no reservations.
I liked it too, but I thought it was sad. Why is that so sad?
Well, it's a sad book. It's a kind of sad book. It has sad parts.
Mm-hmm.
Like the second half. But it's really, really good, and I would highly recommend it to anyone. And the whole book's like 110 pages, 115 pages, so you can sit down and read it. And it has pictures in it even. So you can sit down and read it.
That sounds like my type of book. I'm sold.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so very good. I couldn't recommend it enough. And then for work, I'm reading some kind of boring such and such. How to teach science more effectively with. It's long and it doesn't read well.
So what are you getting it? A 1 out of 2? 1 or a 2 star?
No, I don't. I don't think I can give it that much. As far as enjoyability.
Okay.
As far as what they have to say, I think I could give it 2 out of 5.
Okay. Nice. All right. Kathy, what's your book you got going on?
I always have a book going on, always. I'm a huge reader, too. Right now I'm reading this summer a bunch of mystery novels by J.A. Jance. They're like just easy detective novels. This detective, J.P. Beaumont, he's a police detective and he just solves mysteries. They're just fun reads. That's all I'm reading right now. I'd give them 4 stars just because they're fun. But that's I change genres all the time. I just got finished with a whole bunch of historical fiction, and now this, and then I'll move on to something else next. Who knows? So, but I did read The Little Prince in high school, but I read it in Spanish, so I haven't read it the English version in 30 years. So I need to do that again.
It's good. What was it? It was like $5 at Barnes and Noble or something.
Yeah, it's very, very cheap at Barnes and Noble right now, and they sell it in English, French, Spanish. I saw one in Italian. Like they for whatever reason, that's a book they sell in a lot of languages.
Well, in a lot of high schools, we don't in our Spanish program, but a lot of high schools teach it as part of their curriculum. Like our French curriculum reads that as part of the curriculum. So.
Well, it's great. I mean, you can read it when you're young and understand at least the story. You might not get all of the
nuances and
yeah, but you can understand the story. It's got a vocabulary set for relatively young readers, but I think it'd actually be a great book to read in a different language.
Oh, that would be good. All right. Don't worry, Becca, I'm with you. I'm not a huge reader. Okay, Flip Flop Girl asks, how often did you break into apartment complex pools after a night of drinking to go skinny dipping?
Well, I'm not old enough to drink.
Well, that doesn't mean.
What's the
All
question?
right, fine. Have you ever broken into a pool then to go skinny dipping?
No, I haven't because my whole life I've had either a blow-up pool or some type of pool in my backyard. Or I was up north at my cottage and I was like 5 streets away from the lake, so I just walk right down to the lake or hop right into my pool. So I didn't really have to.
Fair enough. Fair
Mhm.
enough. Kathy, I bet you had some wild nights with that dip.
Broken into a pool, and I have never gone skinny dipping. So I have to answer no to this one.
Man, how about you, honey?
I have never broken into a pool to go skinny dipping at an apartment complex.
We used to break into our pool all the time.
Yeah, but not to go skinny
Not
dipping.
to go skinny dipping. We legitimately would go swimming, but we had like our bathing suits on and stuff.
Yeah. And that was an apartment complex that we lived in.
We lived in the apartment
So that was
complex.
okay.
Ish. Well, they had signs up that said that if you went in there after hours, that they would call the police for trespassing. But I don't know.
They were bluffing.
They were.
But yeah, high school and stuff, I mean, sure, we broke into pools. There weren't too many apartment complexes that we would do it at, but people's yards, like,
Oh,
you didn't do this? No, of course you didn't do this. So
What?
people's yards, like people that had pools, we would do that. Hotels, we would do that, but not usually apartment complexes.
what did you marry?
What? You're crazy.
But always some kind of clothes.
I don't think that they're worried really about this clothed or not clothed part.
It totally makes a difference. When they catch you and you have to go running off, it's much easier to go running off if you're some kind of clothes.
Oh my god.
What, have you ever tried to jump over hedges?
No,
Bad
because
things could happen.
I don't, one, break into other people's places, or two, no. The answer is no, I have not.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Logistics.
Logistics. Okay, so those were all the questions I think from last week that we did not get. Okay. So I gotta quick take a look see. Madge wants to know how we got the intern to agree to come on.
I honestly just said, "Oh, hey, let's do it."
Oh,
So,
right. Yippee! We're so glad you're here. Thank you. The wolf wants to know what's the funniest thing to happen to you in real life. There's this one time where my apartment complex, I'm just kidding, didn't plow half of it.
Funny because I was trying to think of this with my husband. We actually brainstormed this and we couldn't come up with a good story. That's how sad it is. Yeah. I don't know. But one time I fell in dip.
They called me dip butt after that. I'm just kidding.
So a minute ago when the kids woke up, when two of the kids were still up, but the third one woke up.
Oh no, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
You didn't
sorry.
hear?
No, I didn't.
So our youngest, who is 2, woke up, and she has her own room, because if we put her in a room with the other 2, no one will ever sleep, ever.
And the other room has a turtle in it, and I'm afraid that she would,
Torment it, we'll
Yeah.
say.
or knock it over or something. I don't know.
But she woke up, and she loves setting up train tracks, because
But 2-year-old
tracks.
doesn't love setting up train tracks, right?
She woke up and she was really unhappy that she had wandered out of bed, fell asleep in the middle of the train track, and that her face was pressed against it.
Aww.
What she was most upset about was that she couldn't find her blanket. Go.
Poor thing.
I know. I told it's in your bed. Just, no, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. No, no, no. It's in your bed. You're not.
Around.
I'm playing trains. Meanwhile, she's got this line.
Oh.
So,
That's the funniest thing?
no, it's just
Oh.
something funny that happened in the last little bit.
Okay. I think the funniest thing, and I'm not even kidding you that it was so funny that it almost caused me to have a stroke, is I could not, for the life of me, I thought somebody had taken the roof of my mouth. And
Well,
so,
that
like,
was really
I
funny.
was trying to get the people in, I was trying to have a baby at the time, and that's just whatever. And so they'd given me the Stadol to try to relax me or whatever. And I couldn't, you know how like you can take the tip of your tongue and like run it along the roof of your mouth? I couldn't feel the roof of my mouth because everything was so numb, so I was convinced that they had taken it. And I was just laughing hysterically about the fact that it was gone. And so then everybody in the room was trying to see if they could like feel the roof of their mouth too. But in all of my laughing, it was causing my blood pressure to get higher and higher, which is not what they wanted. But I thought it was hysterical that everybody was like, yeah, I don't know if I can feel the roof of my mouth.
It was really, really funny. That part of it was really, really funny. The less funny part was her blood pressure climbing over 200.
Yikes.
Wow.
But anyway, that's my funny story.
Oh goodness. I have one that happened recently, but I feel like if I say it, people would be very upset with me, so I'm not going to, but,
Who's going to be upset?
oh, my boyfriend, he will be embarrassed for the rest of his life, and I will save his sanity.
Why don't you tell a story about your friend's boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It'll be very discreet. No,
So instead, I thought of another one. I believe it was freshman year, so 4 years ago now, 5 years ago. My best friend was over, and she didn't know how to do a cartwheel. And I was in cheer that time, and I'm like, what? You don't know how to do a cartwheel? So I went to go show her how to do one. And on the grass in my front lawn, there's divots and bumps all over the place. So my hand goes into a divot, and I end up doing a couple somersaults down my driveway. And so my friend and I were laughing hysterically. And I stand up and I pee myself a little bit.
Yes.
And so ever since then, it was Becky Pee Pee Pants. And now whenever I do a cartwheel, it's make sure you don't pee yourself.
Wow.
Still in my mind to this day when I go to teach little kids how to do a cartwheel.
do they then offer to shower with you?
I immediately ran upstairs into my room and I changed. I'm like, okay, no more of that for today.
We should have just waited till it started raining, then you could take a shower.
Yes, we should have.
That's awesome. I love it.
This might be the opportune moment to tell you that you have a secret admirer.
It's me.
Okay.
Someone messaged it.
That's funny. Okay. All right. A vegetarian wants to know if you've ever been in a food fight. I don't think so. I mean, it's kind of like food flies a lot with the kids when we eat, but I don't think that's like a legitimate food fight.
No. I
Yeah.
don't think so either.
I couldn't justify wasting that food that should be going into my mouth by throwing it at somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah, no. You? Food fight?
Not exactly.
Is it not exactly like we not exactly broke into their pool, but we kind of sort of did?
No, we had really bad cafeteria food in high school, and there were different things that we would try. there were different things that we were convinced weren't really food, and one of the things that we did was on pizza day. There would always be, I know, there would
Were
always
they
be.
the rectangle ones?
Mm-hmm.
No, they
Oh.
were circles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I would always see them, they would just slice them and they use rectangles because it was just this, it was gross. Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
They were circles, but like the strategy to eating was to turn your plate sideways for a while and let the grease drip off, and then the downside to them, well, kind of the upside too, I suppose, is you could turn it completely 90 degrees, and the cheese and toppings wouldn't slide off. They'd kind of stay there, which was really awful because they were clearly greased up enough to where they should have been moving. So we decided to see. We had a couple of us, and we took them and just threw them at the wall, and they stuck there. And we timed to see how long it would take to get down to the ground. Lunch ended before they made it to the ground.
Ew.
Not food fights per se, just call it science.
No. No. We're dumb.
How about you, Rebecca?
I haven't been in any food fights, but I have been in plenty of mud fights, if that counts. I think it was 6 years ago now. I started throwing dirt at people because I hated them. I'm just kidding, no. I was over at my friend's house, and she just already had a tear in it, and it flooded her whole backyard. And we started just chucking mud at each
Oh no, where'd she go?
other.
Where did she?
Drain it, we would. So I've been in plenty of mud fights.
Oh boy. Oh boy. You cut out. Kathy, did you hear anything she said?
I heard parts of it.
Okay. I didn't.
You may have to share the
You're
story
gonna have
again.
to do it again. Sorry.
Okay, so forgot how many years ago I just said it. A bunch of years ago, I was over at my friend's house, and she just got a new pool, and it already had a hole in it, so it flooded her whole backyard. And we
That's not funny.
started to chuck mud at each other, and ever since then, my dad, when he would drain the blow-up pools at our house, I would just throw mud at people.
Well, that's fun.
It was. Still is.
So Julie had all the questions up, and then she took off. Doesn't seem right.
Let's see, where were we at?
Uh,
Well, we didn't do British guys yet. So
I don't see it.
Can
Oh,
you
there it is.
see it?
Yeah, if you had to change your accent, this is from British Guy. If you had to change your accent, what would you change to and why?
That's an easy one for me because I would have a Spanish accent, so I sounded more authentic for school. I mean, because I'm a white girl speaking Spanish, so I don't sound Spanish. So that's easy for me.
Fair enough. How about you, Rebecca?
Oh goodness. Either a British or Italian accent. British, preferably, just because I can already have a very well put together accent.
Well, now we need to hear it.
We do.
Oh goodness. Well, when I was younger, at Disneyland actually, I was sitting next to this young lady, and she was speaking to me with this accent, and ever since then I've been obsessed with it. So I always fancied it and always tried to do my best to try and just chip up and carry on with this accent, and I've pretty much mastered it.
Pretty good. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Good. Um, I learned English as a foreign language. It's not my first language, or I guess even my second. Um, so I don't know if I have too much of an accent or what. I know it's worse late at night, but I don't talk that much late at night, so it works out well. Um, I guess if I had to have some sort of an accent, um, I collaborate with a guy from Belfast pretty often, and every time he's in town, he's in town for like a week, and I end up meeting with him for 7 8 hours a day, and by the end of a handful of days of 7 or 8 hour days of talking to a dude who's Irish, I end up picking up little bits and pieces of that, um, and that's okay. So maybe that, maybe Irish. I think I could be all right with that.
It's a good one.
Um, I wonder if she's coming back. Julie's great with accents. Very fun. Let's see. Oh, we did this one last week. So, Flip Flop Girl, we did your question last week, but it's a fun question, and maybe we do it again if that's cool. No, we did it 2 weeks ago. This was the question that we asked you last time you were on, Kathy. So we'll save it for another week. Jurassic Corn Dog, what's your favorite park at Disney World? Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, or Hollywood Studios? Kathy.
Well, when the kids were small, I liked the Magic Kingdom just because they found it, exciting and everything. But I actually like Epcot best because I like the international section. That's just my thing. It's for adults. So I have to go with Epcot for myself, but Magic Kingdom for my kids when they were little.
Which part of Disney World do you like best? Which, whatever, Jurassic Corn Dog?
Yeah.
How about you, Rebecca?
I could not say because when I was younger, we used to go every year because my dad had the ability to get plane tickets free, and then my uncle had a timeshare down there. So I was at every park every year for a while, but I've not been there for a couple of years now, so I honestly could not say, but maybe just Disneyland in general. Also, I got a text from my boyfriend saying that I could say that funny, embarrassing, hilarious story if we have time towards the end.
Awesome.
Oh, let's have it right now.
It already is the end.
Is he watching?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, well, hi, Becca's boyfriend. Okie dokie. Okay, let's have that story.
Okay, so a couple weeks ago, it was the 4th of July weekend. We were up north, and this was the first time I brought him up north, and we went to go get pizza at our favorite pizza place up there, and we also had salad because I am lactose intolerant, so all I could eat was salad.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, I was fine when we got to the fireworks after pizza and salad, but my boyfriend has IBS, and he's like, oh, no, I need to go to the bathroom. So I'm like, okay, go to Kmart, go to the bathroom, we'll be good to go. And he calls me 15 minutes later.
Oh, no.
And he goes, honey, I think I just crapped myself.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? I'm thinking it's just a little nugget.
Was he cartwheeling?
I'm to find out he had to pull what we call a Noah and sit down to hold his sphincter. And when he got back up, he said that it was just not a good time, so we had to throw away his shoes, socks, and underwear into the porta-john.
Oh, he didn't make it to Kmart.
And we went back to the cottage with a towel wrapped around him and a blanket spread out onto the back seat with all the windows down.
Oh.
The whole way back, which is a 45-minute drive, we were making poop jokes the whole way.
Oh.
I honestly, I didn't want to say this because I didn't want to embarrass him, but he's like, go ahead and say it, and it honestly, if someone could ever say the funniest thing, that would be the funniest thing ever to say during like a truth or dare or whatever, or tell me the funniest thing that has ever happened to you, and it was a perfect time, and he was a little whippersnapper and made fun of himself the whole time, so.
Oh, good.
Well, boyfriend of Rebecca, serious props for being able to own that. That's,
My hat's off, exactly.
you've got a good one.
That's funny. Okay. British guy is wondering, if you had to change your accent, what would you change it to and why?
This is actually one that the rest of us have answered.
Aw, boo.
So now you have to.
I don't know. I think
You
I
missed it too. Rebecca did a great British accent for a while.
did she?
Mm-hmm.
Poop. I think I would go with like a British accent because I think it would just. I talked to a few Asian-looking people, but they had British accents, and it totally like blew my mind at first because I was like, that's not at all what I was expecting to come out of your mouth. But it was really cool, and I liked it. So yeah, I think I would go with that one. Or yeah, I think I'd go with that one. Yeah. What do other people say?
Kathy was Spanish.
Well, come on, Kathy.
And Rebecca was British because she had mastered that already.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
And displayed it well. And I went with Irish.
Oh yeah. That's good. That's nice. Okay. Susan R., thank you for chiming in on your funny skinny dipping story. That's funny. And what was the, Ima had a question. Do you or did you like water slides? And if you do you prefer the straight drop or twisting and turning?
Twisting and turning.
Yeah.
Definitely twisting and turning. The straight drop, there's no point.
You just get a massive wedgie.
Yes.
It's true. True.
And okay, so then, are you guys going twisty turny, or are you guys straight droppers?
Twisty
Journey.
Yeah, okay, so on the twisty turnies, do you like to go in a tube or just like down with your person?
tube.
I would have to say tube.
Yeah, I haven't been on a lot of water slides, and I always thought it was such a hassle to like carry the tubes up the stairs, but it was worth it. And the last time I went, we went with a group of people, and you know how you like hit that big thing at the end and it kind of slows you down? I don't know what I was doing. I was obviously not paying attention, but when we hit that, I like flew forward and my mouth hit the guy's knee that was in front of me. I was like, I don't know, it just happened to me because everybody was like, yay! And I was like, pain. I think that was the last time I've been on a water slide.
My uncle's 6'4", I believe, or just under that, and he will go into those big toilet bowls with the double tubes, and they will switch while they're in the tube. In the big toilet bowl, and like my uncle would start off in the back, and my brother would start out in the front, and by the end of it, they would be switched. And so I tried it once, and I did the same exact thing, and I chipped my tooth.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yes, but it was still hilarious trying that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, was that?
I think got this one.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah. MTB Rider chimes in and wants to know if you've ever had a wardrobe malfunction.
Speaking of water slides,
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever had a wardrobe malfunction.
When you both sat in that dip.
Yeah.
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 That's true.
High school, and I had a wardrobe malfunction then. That was not good. When I was water skiing, that wasn't good. No, especially for a very meek, timid, self-conscious girl. That wasn't a good thing. So, at all. And one time I was teaching, and I ripped my pants while I was teaching.
um,
Luckily, it wasn't in too bad of a spot, but it was still bad enough that I had to go change. So I walked around the edge of the desk, and I caught the desk on my pants, and it just ripped them.
Oh man.
It wasn't good either, but I think that's it for me.
I think most of my wardrobe malfunctions have been like kids pulling on things or like lifting things up, and I'm like, what are you doing? Stop that. So they haven't been too terrible. I just blame the kids. What are you doing? Why would you do that? Or yeah, pulling down on things. You're holding them and they're like pulling down on your shirt, or like I don't know if your kids did this, Kathy, but they like want to stick their hand down your shirt. No. Yeah, they like stick them, and I'm like, why are you doing that? I don't understand, but
Pull it open to look in. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know. You got any wardrobe malfunctions?
not really. When our oldest was two, there was a time, but it was at home, uh, that I was wearing shorts and he grabbed onto my back pocket and he tripped and just there went the back of my shorts.
Oh.
But I don't know. They were clearly shorts that were ready to go. So yeah,
Um,
kind of a lame story.
oh, I was in a choir a couple years back now. And the chair did not have a a felt piece on the bottom of it, and so we had them on the side so we could stand in between them and whatever. And my pants got stuck on the one without the felt piece, and it ripped my pants all the way up, and I duct taped it because I gladly keep duct tape in my purse. So I duct taped the back of my pants for the rest of the day, and I went through school for I think it was 3 more hours with duct tape on the back of my leg.
Nice, nice.
Yes.
You were prepared.
Yeah.
That is true. Okay. And then we're gonna do one more. One more.
My boyfriend says thank you for all the um all the nice comments.
The encouragement. That's
Thanks for sharing
awesome.
the story. That's
Yeah.
really, I think it's a big thing to be able to laugh at your own stuff. Like
Oh,
that's
absolutely. Absolutely.
it's really big.
Okay. Gramps will be thinking about you tomorrow during your surgery, so we hope that things go well. And um, Flip Flop Girl had a couple questions, but they seem really long.
No, that's the one we did last time that Kathy was on.
Oh,
Except
okay.
instead of $100, it was 1,000.
Got it. Okay, cool. Excellent. And oh, okay. So last question from Flip Flop Girl. What superhero would you want to be if it was actually possible? Think about special powers, hours worked, perks, etc. And what power would you want your supervillain nemesis to have? And like a real supervillain, not like Bon Voyage.
I liked Bon Voyage.
I know. Superhero. I don't know. I feel like a lot of those superheroes have a lot of baggage. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They have a lot of baggage and they have a lot of problems. So, I guess. I don't know.
I think I would choose Wonder Woman. Because isn't she the one that has the bracelets that ward off bullets?
Mm-hmm.
It's the lasso that when you lasso somebody, they have to tell the truth.
Yeah, the lasso of truth. I did know. Yeah,
That's who I want to be. That's
I
what.
could totally see you rocking that outfit too, Kathy.
Great figure too. So I want that.
Okay, so then what would your nemesis? What would their power be?
I don't know who's Wonder Woman's nemesis. I don't know.
I feel like your nemesis would be like somebody that would everything that you said would automatically turn to like Spanglish or something.
No, it's like my students. No.
Right? Yeah, you're like I can't handle it, and then you'd have to lasso them with the truth, and they'd still
No mas.
no mas. Yeah,
That's a good one.
that would be funny.
Oh goodness.
Sarah, who do you want to be?
I'd want to be able to stop time.
I don't think that's
That'd
a
be my
super.
thing.
Who's a superhero that stops
What
time?
is it? What superhero do you want to be, or what would your superpower be?
I think it's what superhero do you want to, if it was actually possible.
Oh man. Is there a superhero that can stop time?
I don't think so. Kind of like Professor X sort of does, doesn't he? Not really.
Yeah, more or less. But then you're in a wheelchair.
And see, talk about baggage. I watched all those movies, and he's got.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say beast.
No. Nightcrawler
No.
was really cool.
He was really cool, but
Yeah, a lot of baggage there.
lots of baggage there.
But who wouldn't say Gambit? You know,
That's true.
I
I could be happy with you being Gambit. I don't want to be Rogue, though.
okay. Yeah, if I can get away without, if I have to take the baggage to go with it, then I would say Gambit. If I don't have to, then I would say Nightcrawler. Because that whole teleporting thing is just a little too cool. As far as a super villain,
Somebody who hates science.
what's that?
Somebody who hates science. Science denier.
I don't know. I think I'm pretty used to that. I think I'm really used to that.
I don't know, honey.
I have a nemesis. I have a
Proclaimed.
self-proclaimed nemesis on the app, and it's MJ Seals. And I'm not great at being his nemesis because I like the guy a lot. But yes, he decided one day that he was going to be my nemesis, and that's been going on since. So
That's funny. All right, Becca. What superhero would you be?
Probably Catwoman, just because if I don't have to work, I will sleep all day and stay up all night. And I am pretty flexible, and I can easily get evil people in the middle of the night because that's when they're sleeping. And you see movies, it's usually like right around dinner time when all this happens, and that's when I'm just waking up.
Nice.
So I think for a nemesis, oh goodness, anybody who hates food, I guess, because food is like my life, but I think it's everybody's life. So
Oh, I have a nephew, and he says that he likes food, but I don't think he really
doesn't really.
likes food. Like, he doesn't like guacamole.
he likes to not be hungry.
Yeah,
But I think there's a difference between that and actually liking food.
yeah,
there's a huge difference.
there is. So I think we would have the same nemesis then, like people, that person that would just be like, have bland food, eat a hot dog, and mac and cheese all the time.
Oh yeah, my uncle, I stayed a week with him because my mom was up north and I had to stay here to work, and I realized like he does not make food with any spices. It's like, okay, let's boil some chicken and boil some noodles. I'm like, how? So one night I literally I had to make spaghetti like because I could not do it anymore. I'm like, okay, listen, I am making spaghetti because I cannot eat boiled chicken.
Yeah. But boiled chicken is so
Yeah.
boiled.
I think he put like some hot sauce or whatever and salt and pepper. I'm like, nah. He's like, I eat to feel full. I'm like, you eat to live. That's what you do. I eat because food is,
For enjoyment.
and I mean it's a whole culture. It's a whole different world. So
Absolutely. I feel like I used to eat to get full, but then around like college, I think that changed because I was able to cook for myself and like to, make the foods that I wanted to eat.
mhm.
Because my mom's philosophy was, well, I don't know how you guys like your like seasoning, so I just won't put any on there and you can put your own on there. And I'm like, no, Mom, that's not good.
Yeah, my family's like really, really Italian, so it's like, okay, you have all these spices and all these different dishes and all these I mean it's everything. Like Christmas, I think we have six or seven 6 or 7 different things, and then we have it like multiples of it, and it's either like spicy or mild or whatever, but it's all different types of food. So like I grew up liking different foods, and so definitely not the okay, you can spice it yourself.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, it's not cool. So yeah, I totally understand the. It's an experience, This is so absolutely.
My dad likes to travel only for the food, so and I've become a lot of that.
Yeah, seriously, it's like when we go places, or like people are like, oh, I would totally go to Vegas for blah blah blah, and I like if we went to Vegas, I feel like all we would do is just eat at all the restaurants that are there.
Yeah.
'Cause there's so many.
I would do.
Yeah, nice places and stuff. And even like Chicago, there are so many places in Chicago that we haven't even explored, and that's not even that far away. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, food.
Speaking of food, I'm hungry.
I know, right? I am.
I'm probably gonna go and like eat a full box of cookies after this.
I'm gonna eat dinner after this for sure. So
We have kebabs left over. If you want to drive for a couple hours, we'll give you some.
I wish.
kebabs and brownies.
Brownies. Oh my brother and sister I think just made brownies.
I know. It's excellent. Okay, well, that is it for our show tonight. So we want to thank everybody who was on. Again, Kathy for being on, and thank you, Rebecca, for being our new guest.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully, you have time and you want to come back on sometime.
Okay.
That would be awesome. And thank you for all of you lovely users who have wrote in questions. And if we didn't get to it, we will get to it next week. I promise.
We're writing down our overflow questions now.
Organized or something. So, thank you very much. I hope you guys all have a fantastic week, and we will see you again next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.